Hey guys, how's it going? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. This video is just to thank everybody for all the love and support that you guys have been giving me. I've been officially today sober for a month. Uh, it was a kind of a struggle for the first week or two, just because it became a huge habit. Uh, I was always a bit of a drinker. Always a bit of a drinker. Uh, yeah, but it's about it just became that time when and it's not. It sucks that it had to be because of my health. I guess we can talk about that a little bit. I don't want to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Use uh, my bullshit, my addictions as a way to for views and shit. But I guess enough people watch my dumb shit. It's in the tens of people that listen to my bullshit. Uh, yeah, yeah, but I had a bit of a rough patch this last few years. It started, it started back when I was in the Navy. Yeah, but then again, dude, I'm 38, and I just, my body was telling me, dude, you cannot do this anymore. And the lockdowns didn't help. When everybody's freaking out, stabbing each other for toilet paper. So and then they locked down all the gyms. So they're go, pre pandemic, pre lockdown. Uh, I actually was going to the gym. I was in great shape, amazing shape. And then that happened, and I got very depressed. I took the pandemic shit seriously for a good couple weeks, and I was like, it's obviously not for health reasons because you're still selling me cigarettes and still selling me booze, so that doesn't make any fucking sense. To think that the government cares about your safety is kind of ridiculous. Uh, so yeah, and I was like just fucking depressed, and I'm like, I'm not. I and another thing is I get VA disability. I do work. Every so often I'll do something to make a little bit of extra money for just spending cash and stuff. But uh, I don't have to work, and that's the problem. I get a good. I can survive off my disability from the VA for depression, PTSD, anxiety disorder, alcoholism. That's all the shits on my diagnosis. But yeah, I ended up having a bad time. I had a bad time, and I wasn't drinking water, and I wasn't eating, and I was drinking myself to death. And then eventually, uh, I ended up waking up one morning. I believe it was the last time I had a drink was the 26th, which was Thanksgiving, and I didn't do anything for Thanksgiving, so I just fucking hung out here. Uh, could have gone to my grandparents and stuff, but I didn't. I was not feeling good, obviously. And then I ended up waking up the 27th, puking my guts out. Couldn't stop puking. And I was like, yeah, I've dealt with this before. I was still in denial. I was like, this has happened before. It'll go away in a day. Second day comes along, and I can't keep anything down. I can't keep water, drinking Pedialyte, drinking Gatorade, Alka Seltzer. I just can't keep anything down. And at that point, the second day, I couldn't even walk to the toilet. That's how bad it was. I could not walk to the toilet, and my legs were giving out. And the third day rolls around, and finally I get a hold of my mother, and I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. I feel like I'm gonna die. And by at this point, not only the puking, which is not good, uh, but also I couldn't pee for 3 days straight. And if that's a little concerning, and I'm not peeing, and I've never had that before. Where I haven't don't know if you guys know this. It's not normal not to pee, even for a day. So yeah, I'm insanely dehydrated. I'm starting to hallucinate. I'm starting to see shit. Not like, just like kind of everything's a little wavy, a little bit, a little blurry. I'm closing my eyes and I'm like seeing, I don't know, fucking weird. Seeing like, I'm closing my eyes and I'm seeing fever dreams of TikTok videos, even though I don't even watch TikTok videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Ah. So I'm like, I get a hold of my mother. I'm like, hey, you gotta take me to the hospital. I think I'm gonna fucking die. So she takes me to the hospital. We go there. Uh, I have a bucket in my hand. I'm in a wheelchair, and everybody else has masks on except for me in the hospital. I didn't even know they were still doing that. I mean, it's Arizona. I thought that we were done with the mask thing, but I'm not upset because it's a hospital, and I will. And I don't like the mask thing. It doesn't work. But if it's in a hospital, I will give some quarter. I will say, okay, it's hospital. Okay, I get it. Whatever. You guys are sick. No, okay, it's fine. And you know, yeah, I get in there and they give me a bunch of IVs and a bunch of meds, and eventually I'm able to squirt out a little bit of piss after a couple hours, and it is the darkest brown I've ever seen come out of my body. Including that includes shit. I've never seen piss that brown. And the nurse looks at it like, cause it was in. She gave me a little bottle. I piss on it. It's one of those travel piss jugs, and she's like looking at it, tapping. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm a nurse. That's what we do." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, and then I spent a good 3 days in the hospital. Getting pumped full of IVs and all this other shit. They gave me some good meds that quell my alcohol cravings, so that's good. And then I started smoking weed again, and I haven't smoked weed in like 5 years. Helps me sleep, and that's a big one. I don't like to. My dreams are fucked up. I don't like to remember my dreams, and that the alcohol was helping me just blur all that shit out. So that happened, and then I get home and I'm like, you know what? It's time to. I had a moment of clarity, I guess, would be the word for it. And yeah, it's 2 days after that, I started, light workout. I started working out again because I hadn't worked out in God knows how long. It's like, dude, let's change some shit, man. I had like an epiphany. I'm like, you know what are you doing, man? This is fucking stupid. Get to the gym again. That's when you were happiest. It was kind of like that scene. This is weird. It was kind of like that scene in American History X where Ed Norton, Derek is the character's name. Is he gets he gets fucked in the shower, and he's laying there on his stomach, and then Principal Sweeney comes in and he asks him, it's like, has anything you've done so far made you happy or made your life any better? And I had to ask that question. And I was like, no, this is not making me happy or drinking myself to death. It's my mother has to deal with this. And, she's, I already had a scare like quite a few years ago. I had a mental breakdown and I was going to kill myself. And she, I was saying, this is weird. I was saying goodbye to all my friends on Facebook, my close friends, military friends. And I was like, just instant messaging. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. And, I just wanted to say thank you and all this other shit. And, and she drove, like one of my friends contacted her on Facebook and was like, I think Charlie's going to kill himself. And, she, to my mom's credit, she drove 2 hours. I didn't know she was coming, and I was gonna do it the next morning. I was gonna load up on booze and do it the next morning. I had a plan. Then she convinced me to, go to the VA, which that's a long story. That can be a story for another video where I talk about my first visit to first real visit to the VA. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, and say thank you guys for all the love and support. It's officially a month sober. I don't want to go back, and I'm not going to go back to booze. That was a real that had to happen. That was probably my rock bottom right there. And a lot of people's rock bottom is like, you know, like embarrassing yourself or in front of your friends and family or doing something really fucked up to other people. Uh, you know, but mine was, I think I'm gonna die, and it's like, it's yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that helps anybody, but yeah. But I just want to thank everybody, especially on Twitter. Everybody's like, "Hey, keep it up, keep going, keep going." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep going." And it's not like, yeah, this was a real wake up call for me. So I'm gonna keep doing it, and we're gonna be sober, despite weed. Weed actually, I hadn't smoked weed, smoking. I hadn't smoked in a while. I haven't smoked weed in like 5 years, and then it's legal here in Arizona, so I'm like, let's give it a shot. And I don't go crazy on weed, I just need it like to, I'll take a hit or two, and just to take the edge off, and also to help me sleep. This is the weed I've been smoking has definitely been helping me sleep at night and not have fucked up dreams so much. So yeah, that's all I wanted to get out there, and I just wanted to thank everybody. So that's my rant. That's my dumb video. So yeah, thank you guys very much. And I, now that I'm sober, I'm actually look forward to doing YouTube stuff, and I'm trying to learn Spanish. That's my New Year's resolution: learn Spanish by the end of the year, or at least learn enough. I don't think you can really learn a language through just 1 year. Be fluent in it. But I'm gonna try my best for Spanish, and then after that, or maybe we'll incorporate some Japanese lessons in there too at some point. I just want to get one language out of the way, and Spanish is most relatable. I grew up in Arizona, so a lot of people speak Spanish. Blah blah blah. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I love you, and thank you for all the support. Bye. If I could click this damn